Hello. My name is Jones, and today we are going to look at leadership. Okay, so from the traditional bureaucratic organizational structure of the past to the dramatic reformed system of healthcare of today, the resulting changes present many challenges to nursing leadership. Our society is becoming more complex. Although change is not pervasive, the pace of change is becoming more rapid. The challenges to leadership in nursing evolve from reforms in healthcare and impact on the practice and the work life of nurses. While many different aspects are relevant, the issues are interrelated and it influences leadership development in the nursing fraternity. A consistent theme is the need for strong nursing leadership in order to address the challenges in healthcare and achievement of quality outcomes. Leadership, though, does not mean dominating the subordinates. The leader's job is to get work done by other people and make people willingly want to accomplish something. So effective leadership means effective and productive group performance. Leadership is the inspiration for decided response and getting work done through others. Leaders focus on purpose and doing the right thing. They are future-oriented, changed by change, and be able to plan strategies and facilitate human potential. So what I'm necessarily saying here to say they are future-oriented, changed by change, and also able to plan strategies and facilitate human potential is what the leader tries to facilitate. So a leader needs good stress and time management to meet the challenges of leadership. They need to use good communication and decision-making skills. Leaders need to use their knowledge of leadership theories in order to help them know how to adjust their leadership style, also to fit on different situations. Also, leaders need to focus on doing the right thing, but may also be able to help so that the subordinates can do the right thing in the right way. Okay, so now let us look at the meaning and definitions that we can come across in discussing leadership in nursing. Let's define a leader. A leader is an influential person who has the ability to lead a group or department without having a formal appointment. A leader can also be looked at as a person who influences and guides direction, opinion, and course of action within a group. So, there is this author by Ariel A. who defines a leader as a person capable of inspiring and associating others with a dream. It is therefore important that organizations have a mission high transcendent, since it is a powerful way to strengthen the leadership of its directors. So when you're talking of a leader, we are looking at a leader who should have certain aspects or elements in order to achieve group success. So some of the elements that as elements or attributes that the leader should have in order to effectively direct or influence others can be understood using the mnemonic itself, leader. So when we say leader, mnemonic, we are saying L, you should lead the people that are following you. You should love the people that are following you. The people that are following you should learn something from you, and you should also learn something from them in your continuous improvement. The other attribute that a leader should have is that he should be energetic. For work to be done, the leader needs to be seen to be energetic, to perform the work that he is directing others to do. The leader should also be enthusiastic. Okay, should be enthusiastic in the sense that it should be seen to have the energy and high hope about the things that he wants people to achieve. So the attribute of E from leader in talking about personal attributes that a leader should have is very cardinal. So it should be enthusiastic or should be energetic. Then the other personal attribute of a leader is, for the mnemonic A, should be assertive. A leader should be seen to make sound judgment, because the leader should possess wisdom in making judgment. And then the leader should be an achiever. If the followers look at the leader as a failure, then the followers may be demotivated. So the leader needs to make sound judgments by being assertive, and also he should be an achiever. Then D, the leader should be dedicated. The leader should be the first person to arrive and the last person to leave when there is an objective or goal to be met. So a leader should show this. Then a leader should be, that is for E, efficient and effective. A leader should be seen to bring results and not just excuses. Then R, a leader should be a person who is responsible. People follow leaders who show responsibility over their action, and the leader should be respectful as an attribute. So we have looked at a leader, and we have looked at some attributes that a leader should have. Let us now look at leadership. Origin of the word is from the word lead, meaning to go. Leadership is the process of influencing people to accomplish goals. That is, it is the ability to influence the behavior of others towards the achievement of a mutually established goal. So that is how leadership can be defined. Otherwise, the word leadership comes from the word lead, meaning to go. Leadership can also be looked at as the art of getting others to want to do something you are convinced should be done. Leadership can also be defined as management of skills that focus on the development and employment of vision, mission, and strategy, as well as the creation of a motivated workforce. So that's how leadership can be looked at. So leadership is a management skill, okay, that helps in focusing on the development and the employment of the vision, mission, and the strategy, as well as the creation of motivated workforce. Leadership can also be looked at as a style or a process whereby a person called a next leader will influence a group of people known as followers for the purpose of obtaining a single goal or objective. Okay, so leadership can be looked in many ways by different authors. So I also felt I should give you these many definitions by different authors in order to improve the understanding of the word leadership. So Benin and Nanas define leadership as the process of influencing others towards a goal. Whilst John F. and Kennedy, they looked at leadership as a special quality which enables people to stand up and pull the rest of us over the horizon. Okay, then Hasey and Blanchard look at leadership as an act of guiding or influencing people to achieve desired outcomes. This occurs anytime a person attempts to influence the beliefs, opinions, or behaviors of an individual or group. So that is when this occurs from the definition of Hayes and Blanchard. Then Jamse L Fisher looks at leadership as a special quality which enables people to stand up and pull the rest of us over the horizon. Fred Smith simplifies and defines leadership as getting people to work for you when they are obliged. Then Peter F Druckes defines leadership as lifting a person's vision to higher heights, the raising of a person's performance to a higher standard, or the building of personality beyond its limitation. Hasey also, with other colleagues, tried to define leadership as a process of influencing the behavior of either an individual or a group, regardless of the reason, in an effort to achieve goals in a given situation. Of course, from all these definitions, we can try to pick out some key terms or terminologies that these different authors try to use in defining leadership. So, trying to give a summary of what we should define leadership based on these definitions that we have given, we can look at leadership as a process of influencing the thoughts and action of other people to attain the desired objectives or goals. So this is a definition I would want you to go by, despite having mentioned the different definitions that other authors have talked about. So this one becomes more like a summary definition of what leadership is. Now, let us look at a leader. So leaders typically are the ones who go first. They have a vision and they influence others by their action and their comments. This ability is the essence of leadership, like the word lead. The verb to lead is also defined in several ways: to guide, to run in a special direction, to direct, to go at the head of, or to be first, or to open play, or to tend towards a definite result. So these are some of the different ways in which the word lead can be defined. But as far as nursing is concerned, all of these actions are expected by a nurse leader. The leader and follower laws are determined by people's interaction within the group. An effective leader is a catalyst who facilitates effective interaction among manpower, material, and time. A skillful leader is a synergist who coordinates the efforts of multiple workers with diverse skills. Okay, so now let us look at leadership in terms of types of leaders. So leadership is a unique function. It can be a part of formal organization, managerial position, or it can arise spontaneously in any group. Leadership is a natural element of nursing practice because the majority of nurses practice in work groups or units. It can be seen as the ability to inspire confidence and support among followers, especially in organizations where leadership is followed towards those whose competence and commitment produce performance. So, in looking at type of leaders, we are going to look at it that we have natural leaders, charismatic leaders, we have rational leaders, okay, we have consensus leaders, we have leaders by force, okay. So those are some of the types of leaders that we have. Let us try to expand what we necessarily mean when we say natural leader. So here the person becomes the leader in spite of himself, like he does not seek the goal. It is trusted upon him by the group and by the tide of events. So the example here can be Abraham Lincoln, Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, these are types of leaders in history who ascended into leadership position because power or leadership was trusted upon them by the group and the tide of events. That is, if you follow the story of these people and what they did in the past and how they arose to leadership. Then we have what we call charismatic leaders. Here the person is an authentic hero in the eyes of his followers, for he can do no wrong. He inspires people to make any sacrifice, even their lives, for the cause. That is a charismatic leader. The examples I can give, example of Ahsoka. You can try to check on the internet about Ahsoka, Akbar, Pandit, and the other notable people. But otherwise, you can always try to look at charismatic leaders. Mostly, sometimes, some may spring from churches like pastors and the likes, who are seen to have special powers, and their followers follow them, okay, and believe in them. So mostly from churches and in politics, we have had charismatic leaders. So you have to look at your community and try to identify someone with these characteristics of type of a leader. Then we have rational leader. Here the person is consistent and persistent. So in talking about rational leaders, we can talk of people like Karl Marx, okay, Lenin, and Chairman Mao. Okay, so those were rational leaders. Then the other type of a leader is a consensus leader. Here the leader is perceived as acceptable to all, and he rises in the absence of the above three, and this leader is in a tenacious position of walking a tightrope for existence. Examples we can give here are like currently Okay, when this recording was being done, we can look of, a consensus leader like the President of India. Okay, consensus leaders. We have like members of parliament and the likes. Then the other type of leader that is there is leader by force. Here the leader's power speaks through the nozzle of a gun. He dominates others through fear. He is ruthless in suppressing opposition. He does not reign as long as this type of leadership continues like he does not reign as long as this type of leadership contain within itself the seeds of its own destruction. So the people that we have in the past, okay, that may fit the description of leader by force include Hitler, Stalin, and Napoleon. Okay, so now with types of a leader, types of leaders talked about here, these are types of leaders. We can also look at the roles of a leader. So I'll try to simplify these roles of a leader as a service provider, a team builder, a recourse manager, a decision maker and problem solver, a change agent, a clinical consultant, and a mentor. Okay, so that is how we can look at the roles of a leader. Let us now look at the functions of a leader. I'll also try to simplify this. Okay, you can always try to expand them. So I'll look at functions of a leader as the one who adds value. So valuing as a key word. Function of a leader is to bring value in achieving the goals. So valuing. Then the other function of the leader is visioning. The leader needs to be seen to be visionary, okay, of achieving certain goals that for people to follow. So the function of a leader is visioning, okay, improving the vision of a group and the likes. Then the other function of a leader is coaching. A leader needs to ensure that the people that work under them, they improve their performance in achieving the goals of the institution. The other function of a leader is empowering. The leader needs to empower his followers with knowledge, skills, and other things necessary to achieve the goals of the organization. Then the other function of a leader is a team building. So there we have it. We are looking at leadership in nursing. Okay, so in opening up this lesson, we have said that traditional bureaucratic organization structures of the past and the new systems that exist requires that nurses improve on their leadership skills. So after that opening about leadership, we discussed the meaning and definitions to do with leadership in nursing. So we defined a leader and we talked about attributes that a leader should have, of which we used the mnemonic leader to say L for lead, E for energetic, okay, A for assertive, then E for efficient, and R for responsible. So these attributes are some of the things that the leader should have in order to inspire people to follow them. Then after that, we went on to look at leadership and looked at different definitions of leadership. And then we had a summary definition of leadership as a process of influencing the thoughts and action of other people to attain the desired objective or goal. So after having a discussion on different types of leadership, we went on to look at definition of a leader and what is meant when we say to lead. So leaders typically are the ones who go first, and they have a vision, and they influence others by their action and their comment. So the verb word to that is lead may mean a lot of things, like to direct, to go at the head, or to be the first, or to open play, or to tend that is towards a definite result. So it can be looked at that, and as far as nursing is concerned, all these types of leading or actions are utilized in nursing. So an effective leader should be seen in nursing as a catalyst who facilitates effective interaction among manpower, material, and time. So a skillful leader multiplies the work of a group, and coordinates the efforts of multiple workers with diverse skills. Then we went on to look at type of leaders. Under types of leaders, we looked at different types of leaders as natural leader, charismatic leader, rational leader, consensus leader, a leader by force, and gave some examples. Then we went on to look at the roles of a leader, and then also looked at, in our summary, that is the functions of a leader. So thank you very much for listening to this lesson.